Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 371. All right, today we're going to look at the difference between oversleep, sleep in, and go to sleep late. All right, and we might even touch on sleep late too. That's actually another term besides those three. Okay, let's look at the note first. First, we're going to look at oversleep, which is probably the easiest to distinguish of all of them. If someone oversleeps, he or she sleeps later than one intended, so later than one planned. They were supposed to get up earlier, but I don't know, maybe they didn't hear their alarm or they had no alarm and their normal body clock did not wake them up, so they overslept. Okay, so if someone oversleeps, he or she will likely be late for an obligation such as an appointment, going to school or going to work, or something that one needed time to prepare for. So you overslept. You were supposed to get up earlier. You ended up getting up later than you intended or planned to do. All right, let's look at a couple of examples here. I overslept this morning and I ended up getting to work late. Yes, so that's what may happen, especially if you go too far. Or the second one, I overslept by 30 minutes. So what does that mean? Maybe if normally he gets up at 7, he got up at 7:30. So I overslept by 30 minutes and I had to rush like mad, like a crazy person, in order to get to my class on time. Yeah, so you could do this if you hurry enough. Maybe you could make up the time and still make it, but you overslept. Normally you could take your time, move at a normal pace, but if you oversleep, you have to rush like a crazy person in order to still hopefully be on time. Okay, let's look at the next one, sleep-in. All right. So sleep-in basically means sleep later than the usual time or ordinary. All right, that part is easy. Now, sometimes there's some disagreement about whether sleep-in should only be used when you deliberately or purposely want to do it, or also maybe you oversleep. So let's look here. I discovered the meaning tends to be subjective. So what does that mean? So some people naturally think it means this way. Some people naturally think it means the other way. Some people think sleep in is only done intentionally, meaning on purpose. When someone doesn't have any obligation, so they don't have any place to go, and they're basically free to do it. They're able to do it. However, there are others, including some dictionaries. Some dictionaries say that sleep-in could also mean oversleep. It could also be used to mean oversleep by accident as well. To be honest, I myself are a little bit more in the camp or in the group that thinks that the far majority of the time I hear sleep-in used, I think it's meant to be done intentionally. People often say, I'm going to sleep in tomorrow because I have it off, or tomorrow's a holiday, I'm going to sleep in. All right, so let's look at an example here. I like to sleep in on weekends. I usually get up at 7 a.m. during the week, but I prefer to sleep in until 10 a.m. on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, that's the way I often hear it. But again, there might be some other people who think that you could use sleep in to also mean to oversleep. Okay, let's continue. All right, now, sleep-in, especially when it's used as an adjective. Sleep-in could also be used to mean to sleep at one's place of employment. Okay, so we'll just give one example of that. We hired a sleep-in babysitter, so that means they probably have a room for her that she could stay overnight. So it could be used as an adjective to mean that way, that you could sleep at the place that you're actually working. Okay, good. Let's continue. All right, now, if someone goes to sleep late or goes to bed late, he or she did not go to sleep until a later time than usual. So normally if you go to bed at like 11 p.m. and for some reason you stayed up to 1 a.m., then you went to bed late or you went to sleep late. Okay. All right, and let me give you an example for this one. I went to sleep late because I stayed up watching a ball game that went into extra innings. Yeah, so you stayed up to finish watching the game. So you stayed up later than your normal time you want to go to bed. or she went to bed late because she had to finish her term paper. All right, now the other one that I was telling you about is also sleep late. Sleep late works a lot like sleep in. Like somebody says, I plan on sleeping late tomorrow, often could mean intentionally too. Or this one, maybe, I might have heard this one where maybe somebody did it by mistake or not intentionally. I slept late and then I had to try to make up time. So we also use sleep late. So sleep late and sleep in, very, very similar. They're almost synonymous. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.